So guys, Ganzo Knives has sent me some stuff through their Firebird brand stuff. You guys have seen it. I've been pretty impressed with the stuff they're offering, and it's all in a price point that is pretty good. So we're going to take a look at one of the newer knives they sent me. This is that Wharncliffe tactical style folder they sent me. So let's turn this around and take a look at this thing from above. So guys, I know some of you guys are going to be all upset about this because it's Firebird and Ganzo, but I got to say Firebird has been providing me some of the best budget knives. I know I did a video about this one here not too long ago. It's probably the best $25 knife you're going to find on Amazon overall. But this is that Firebird Wharncliffe that they sent me. This is the FH31B, and it's done in D2 steel. Now, I've been using this and I dig it. This is not a very expensive knife. I have not looked it up yet on their Amazon site, but I got to tell you, this reminds me somewhat of a knife that I really love in the way it feels in hand, and it's the QSP Pangolin, just by the way it feels in hand. So you're looking at a D2 blade on this. It is done in a Wharncliffe fashion. It comes down to a nice tip because it's got this swedge. It is done in a PVD coated blade. You can see I've been using it. My only issue with these black PVD coated blades is they don't hold up real well. That might wipe off, but you can see a lot of that is shine on that. But it does cut really well. D2 is a really good steel for something like this. And the fact that they coated D2 is a good thing because D2 has a tendency to rust. It's done in a liner lock with G10 on it, G10 scales, but in hand, it feels amazing. It's a very ergonomic knife. They chamfered this just enough to allow this to fit comfortably in the hand. It sits into the cut really nice. A lot of people that I've seen that have talked about this, it's kind of tactical-esque, and I said that as well. It does have that aggressive tactical-esque style feel, but it is a definite day-to-day user. The action on it, pretty good for a budget knife. You've got a really nicely done set of scales that completely nests the liner, and then you've got this really nicely done G10 backspacer with a lanyard hole in it. I'm not as opposed to a backspacer lanyard like this as I am one that just kind of ruins the lines. It looks like it was meant to be like that. It's almost skeletonization. So pocket clip on this is deep carry and reversible. So let's talk about the knife overall. So it cuts really, really well because it is a nicely done Wharncliffe. The Firebird knives that I've gotten are cheap, but they are well done. Now, Firebird knives, the stuff I'm getting is coming out of Hong Kong. So I'm not 100% sure. This is a Hong Kong-based company, according to all the packaging I've gotten. So it's not necessarily a Chinese brand. So I'll have to do some more research on that because I didn't notice it until I pulled up the box. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. I'll show you. So it is the Hong Kong Firebird International Trade Company Limited, China, Ganzo Tools Company Limited, made in China. So I'll do some more research on it, but this thing is really good so far. First day in pockets, I'm pretty impressed. It has got, don't forget, first day in pockets can be a little screwed up because I'm just riffing, and I've only carried this for about an hour and a half. It does have a forward choil that you can use as a finger choil, which is really comfortable, and it completely changes the angle of that you are into the cut. So if you're doing some fine detail work, you're up here and the knife is further back. When you're down here, it rolls down and is more addressed to an aggressive cut. So I'm pretty impressed with this so far. The Ganzo stuff and Firebird knife stuff has really impressed me. Now, there's a couple things about it that I will have to tell you that I'm not super impressed with, but we'll take a talk about that right after you guys hear from Coffee Brand Coffee. Guys, I have made it abundantly clear that I live my life purely fueled on caffeine and inappropriate thoughts, so it only makes sense that I would partner with a company like Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is providing you coffee that is roasted to order, delivered to your door with no politics. We get enough politics in our day-to-day life. We don't need it in our entertainment or in our breakfast beverages. So go check out description down below. There is a link to Coffee Brand Coffee. Save 5%. You can also use my coupon code CrazySharp when you order. It directly supports the channel. Big shout out. Thanks to Coffee Brand Coffee for sponsoring this video. So it's just a couple small things. I don't necessarily feel the need for that to be jimped, and I'll tell you why. At least it's not sharp jimping, but when you flip, you're in on it, and it's a little sharp on that very edge. It's just a tactile thing when you run your finger down on it like that. Other thing, the lock bar access isn't horrible, but it's also not great. And then it has a tendency to have some lock stick, and it's really it's a stiff lock bar to release. So there's a lot of tension on that, and it's really tight. So on top of the fact that sometimes it sticks, it's kind of a stiff detent. But other than that, really, the only other thing I would say is I would like to get rid of the jimping on the backspacer. It doesn't need to be there. And that could have easily been put up here on the spine of the blade, but it's fine without jimping here. I dig it. I just would get rid of that. But the thing is, it's G10. If I really wanted to, I could just take this out to my grinder, knock that off, and just get rid of it. So all in all, I'm really impressed with the stuff they have sent me. I dig this knife a lot. It's got some really cool lines. So if you're looking to get one, I'll make sure I have a purchase link down below. But yeah, you just can't go wrong with some of the Gonzo stuff the Firebird knife stuff that they're putting out. They are quality knives at a very affordable price, especially if it's something that you just want to have to like toss in a toolbox or a tackle box or something like that, or give away as gifts. They are prime for that. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you guys out about your day. So yeah, I dig this. That little orange one that they sent me is probably one of the best all-around cheap knives. It's not cheap like crappy, but cheap budget knives. It's like $25 on Amazon. Really impressed with that one. I love that knife a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm keeping it. I was going to do it as a giveaway. So right now, they're one of the better brands to look at on Amazon if you're just looking for a good knife that's not necessarily something that you're going to break the bank with. And if it gets lost or stolen or broken, you're not gonna be, you know, oh, I'm out $200. So it is fun to get some of these budget knives in that get overlooked every once in a while. So with that being said, guys, that's it on this video. We'll see how this pans out in the long-term carry. So, you know, that's just how it always works. It may change. Those opinions might not stay. So guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, there's a handful of ways. I know I put a Coffee Brand Coffee ad in. You can also go to Tempered Trail. Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail are both down below as links. They are sponsors of the channel, and they have discount codes built into their link. So my Coffee Brand Coffee link now saves you 10% at checkout, and they launch new flavors almost every month. Plus, they have a money-back guarantee. That's hard to come by in this day and age. I have got an Amazon store down below. You can take that Amazon store link, pin it to your browser, use it for any shopping you're going to do. It supports the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And I have the membership where you get a bunch of different benefits. Everyone gets access to my private Discord. Everyone that's a member gets early access to videos the second I post them up. Everyone gets exclusive content when I get that done and put it up. Baseline and premium guys are entered into giveaways that I do. This is probably going to be a giveaway to them. So they get entered into those automatically. They don't have to do anything. And premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series that's behind that paywall here on YouTube. So keep in mind, there are 3 different levels. Pick the level that suits you best. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. I'll see you in the next video.